everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is video 4 of the 4-part series I started a few weeks ago. So the first video that we did, hopefully you've done it, or please go back and look for it, is on the front and back lines of the body. So areas that help us stabilize our body, help us create posture and keep us erect. Then the second video was on the lateral lines of the body, so some oblique work there. That's also a huge stabilizer for our body. And then we moved on to the third video, which was rotational poses, so the spiral lines of the body. And then this video will be the front lines of the body, the deep functional front lines of the body, focusing on the lower part of the body. So everything from the waist down, hips, glutes, quads, inner thighs. You will see some core work, some rectus abdominis work there. But our main theme will be inner thighs. So there's this large muscle that connects, and I haven't written down because I've screwed up this name so many times already. Sartorius muscle that runs from the outside of the hip across and inside into the inner thigh and connects at the knee. It helps our walking, it helps stabilize our knee. And so you'll see some inner thigh work, a lot of it. So for our class today, we're gonna need 2 blocks, and some of you may not need a strap. So if you have something nearby that's kind of like a strap, it could be a tie or something else, just leave it off to the side. And I will see you on your mat.
Hi everyone, let's begin with 2 blocks. I'm going to start in a reclined butterfly shape. So you'll find yourself on your back with your knees bent. The blocks are there to support your outer hips. When you bring the soles of the feet to touch and open the knees wide, if this feels like it's too intense for your inner thighs, this growing area, then we use the blocks to support the legs. Once you're there, you'll start to check in. Bring your awareness to your breath, making sure the breath is flowing despite this intense way of opening class today. Just a few moments to settle your breath down. And you'll begin to move your palms towards this crease of where the thighs and the hips meet. I use my palms to knead and warm up that area. We're about to use it a lot. Let's take the arms up and back and find a big stretch. And then you'll interlace the hands behind the base of your skull, creating kind of like wings for your butterfly. And then you'll start to bring the elbow tips and the knee tips together and touch. Squeezing slow and steady, activating the muscles. These muscles in the inner thighs that I talked to you before about as sartorius muscles. And then your pecs will also be engaged here as you begin to tap the knees and the elbows together. Your core will be activated as well as you crunch the rectus abdominis that we talked about earlier as well. And then you'll hold. You're going to begin to alternate, twisting now, activating the oblique muscles as you bring your right elbow tip to your left knee and your left elbow tip to your right knee, alternating side to side, extending the legs, breathing in and out, warming up the center core, which you're about to use a lot as well. And then you'll release the head down and extend the legs up to the sky, rotating the ankles, pointing and flexing the toes. Your feet will step down. You'll remove the blocks away from your outer hips and let the knees flop open again. Now with no support, noticing if this makes it any more intense. You won't be here too long. Pause and breathe. Going right into a bridge pose. So step on your feet, bring your heels and your fingertips to touch and start to lift and lower the hips, stretching the hip flexors and your quads. Your core as well gets a little bit of a stretch. That whole front body line is getting a nice stretch. You can add a little pulse just to get a little bit deeper into these fibers. And then you'll start to shimmy the shoulder blades underneath you to create a fist, keeping the hips lifted. The heels will rise as well, just to emphasize the extra deep stretch of the front body and those hips and hip flexors. Pull the knees in, lift the head up, give yourself a big squeeze. And then we'll start with a happy baby shape here, a half happy baby shape, just the right knee into the armpit. I'm going to pulse a little bit that knee into my armpit, like a little pumping action, if you will. My left leg will extend. And then I'm going to cross the midline. Right knee over to the left, a supine twist, getting into the low back and outer hip a little bit. And then you'll retrace the steps and take that right leg into, or the right toe into the right hand and open out to the side, pulsing, extending through the right leg, that hand to toe pose kind of way. And then that same right ankle is going to rest over the left thigh for a figure four. And your hands are going to be right at the top of the thighs. And then you'll begin to pulse the knees, that figure four, towards the belly, using your core again and just tapping your toes down. And you'll pause that to create circles around the sacrum, around the low back, and then circles in the other direction, opening the hips. Beautiful. You'll pause that. You'll begin to grab the knee and the ankle and detach it from your leg, your left leg, and then the left leg is going to lengthen down. And you'll begin to pick up your head and your shoulders, pulsing the left leg, hovering over the ground, then letting it land on the ground as you cradle the knee into the elbow pit, and then you'll release the head back. So this is an intense reclined pigeon shape, a big hip opener. You'll retrace that half happy baby shape. Breathe, pull the left knee in at a full happy baby shape. Now, left knee in the armpit as well, using a rocking motion right and left, little pumping again, and then you'll be poised to do your second side from the top. Nice job. Bridge pose again. Your knees, your heels grazing your fingertops, hips lifting up and down, getting yourself a big stretch of the front hip flexors. Belly's drawing in. You'll snake the arms underneath you, so you'll lean to one side to make room for one arm to thread under. Then you'll lean to the other side. Make a fist and ground through the forearms, ground through the triceps to lift the hips a little bit higher. And then you'll come back through that half happy baby shape. Pulse, a little pumping action. Right leg extends. Okay, so then you'll begin to cross that leg over to the right side. Across the midline, getting a stretch of the top left hip. Left arm can extend, and you can look in the direction of that thumb. Pull it back through center. Catch a hold of your left big toe if you can, or use the strap here. Open the left leg out to the side. Your right leg is long. You're pumping that left leg. And then you're bringing yourself into a figure four shape. Use the palms to press the thighs away at first. And then you're going to use your core to pull the figure four as is towards you for a little tapping of the toes, a tiny little bit of a crunch effect, and then a rotation around your hips in either direction. That figure four, it's a hip opener. And then you'll take a hold of your left knee and left foot with your hands. Your right leg will extend, hover, and pulse. You're lifting your head up. You're detaching that leg from the thigh, and now you're cradling it. As you release the head and the shoulders, it's a pretty intense recline pigeon shape. Half happy baby shape. Your right knee's going to come and meet your right armpit. You'll be in a full half happy baby shape. You can extend in a kind of wide straddle kind of way. The legs, pump them as well. Inner thighs, getting a lot of action. And then you'll gather those legs together. Point, flex your toes. Pull the knees into your chest. Use your core here. And a little momentum to rock from your shoulder blades to your sit bones. Just a couple of times. And then you'll find yourself in butterfly shape. Again, inner thigh action here. Outer hips working. Soles of feet are going to gather. Your hands starting at the crease of your thighs where your hip meets the groin area. You're kneading the inner thighs, creating heat with the heels of the hands. Then you're going to add some resistance with your palms gently as you pulse your knees a little bit. And then you're trying to come forward with a long spine, lengthening the heart center forward and down. Big breath in and out. A little gentle pressure with the hands, pulsing, pinning those knees a little bit wider. Inhale, exhale. Nice job. So now we're going to bend the left knee, take the left arm back, circle the right arm out to the side, finding yourself in kind of a twist with the elbow outside of the knee. There's a little opposition there. Don't forget to breathe in, twist, twist, twist. And then you'll pass through butterfly shape with your palms, putting a little pressure on those inner thighs just to get deeper. And then you'll do the second side. Right knee lifts, right arm goes behind you, left arm crosses the midline. Hook the elbow, twist, turn, 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 and turn. The other knee is pinned to the ground because you work so much on keeping those thighs open. With your butterfly legs in action, you'll start to rotate around the sit bones. This feels very intense for some. Be mindful here, please. Your knees may have to be lifted a little bit more for some of you. Beautiful. We're gathering the knees. We're going to turn to, or rather, you'll still be facing the same side, but I'm turning for you. And coming into a boat pose. Try to balance on your sit bones. Squeeze your inner thighs together. It's going to feel intense because you just spent all this time opening those inner thighs. And you're going to open your boat so the core is working a lot. And you're going to start to rock your boat. You're going to rock to that outer right hip where that sartorius muscle starts, and then rock all the way to the other side. You're squeezing your inner thighs. You're making one strong leg, core's engaged, and you're rocking right and left, all the way to those outer hips to the side so that your low back is off the ground. Knees come into your chest. You'll inhale to come back and up through a little gentle rock. Child's pose with your knees super wide. Belly free between your inner thighs. Arms extended. Inner thighs will be talking to you, or at least they were talking to me. And then come up to sit wide with those knees wide and add a twist. Turn to the right and turn to the left. Maybe sort of like a bind when you're grabbing your hips with your hands. And then you'll take the hands wide, the knees will stay wide in kind of a wide table in these kind of juicy rotations around the kneecaps and the heels of the hands, and maybe you're adding the head and you're allowing yourself to feel fluid and organic here, the best that you can. And we're still warming up the body. And then you're going to find yourself in a bit of a moment to stretch the wrists a little bit. So I'm turning my fingertips to the sides and I'm shifting right and left, stretching the wrist that you're about to use a lot, maybe turning the fingertips so that they face the kneecaps. And I like to add a little cow shape here, chin away from tailbone, and then I draw my navel in and round into cat with my fingertips facing my kneecaps. Maybe in that way for you or not. It may feel too intense as a wrist stretch. Don't worry, we're going to pull those fingertips back to center, and then of course you can explore cow-cat with fingertips facing forward. The good old natural way. Just a few rounds. Connect the breath and the movement. It'll take you a little bit deeper. Nice job. So now, from your tabletop, you're going to sweep your left knee out to the side like a fire hydrant. Look around your left shoulder. See that knee lifted to the height of your hip. And you're slowly squeezing those inner thighs to bring the knee to touch. You're doing that a couple of times, and then you're adding rotations in the other direction, another direction. That knee is buoyant and the left foot is flexed. You're pulsing using the left glute. Left leg is going to extend and bend. Your core is working a lot. This is not easy at all. The left leg is going to be long and you're pulsing it towards the sky. You'll place the foot down and take the hips back for a single-legged kind of child's pose. And then as you lift, you'll shift forward, bend the elbows straight back for chaturanga arms. You've got that twice more. Hips go back. Then you'll shift forward, bend the elbows and lower. Take the heart center forward and take the hips way back, more back. Maybe your left toes rise. Shift, breathe in and out as you lower. You'll pass through center. Nice. Walk the hands back for a moment of gate pose. Take the arms up, side bend up and over to your left. You're holding onto the right wrist. Your left arm will drop in the direction of the left foot, and then you'll lean back and look up. You can pivot and look down, and you can pivot and look up, getting deep into those intercostal muscles, the right oblique. Inhale, exhale. And then you'll bring the right arm down to the side as you are sort of in a modified side plank. You're pulsing left leg and left arm, and then you'll start to tap elbow and knee towards one another, little crunch using the oblique, and then you'll retrace everything back through sort of this gate pose. Release the left arm, right arm down. Left leg has to lift up and sweep it behind you. Then you're going for a spinal extension with the right arm forward. And then just as you did a moment ago, you're tapping the elbow and the knee towards one another. You're crunching, you're using your core, you're using your glutes, and you're extending. We pause then and begin to open the right arm out to the side and the left leg swings to the left. So kind of a north-south when the arm is forward and the leg is back, and then kind of east-west when the arm is to the side and the leg is to the side. So you go east-west and north-south. Everything comes back to center. You can take the hips back with your knees gathered or knees apart. You decide. You'll pull it back through center. You're poised and ready. Now, if you want a little more fire, I was going to suggest that you curl the back toes under, lift the left knee off the ground. And I'm going to turn is what I'm going to do better because I want you to see me. That's why I'm pausing. Yep. And so I'm turning so that you can see my right side. And this is where I'm talking to you about adding a little fire. I'm going to curl my toes under, lift my left kneecap off the ground. You don't have to do this, of course. Your right knee's going to sweep out to the side. Oh, I'm going into cow and cat. Sorry. So just if you want to add fire, if you don't want to add more fire, you can keep the knees down into your cow and cat with the kneecaps on the ground. But I'm doing with my knees floating off the ground just to go a little bit deeper. Same exact work you did before, but with the knee buoyant and off the ground. Right knee lifts out to the side and squeezes slowly down to use your inner thighs. So maybe you go up fast and slow down. You're adding a rotation in your hip with your opposite knee floating. You're doing the same work in the other direction. You're leaving the right knee up and you're pulsing up. And then you're extending and bending the leg. Big breath in and out. Right leg will extend and you're pulsing it up. 3, 2, 1. Right foot down, left knee down for a single-legged kind of child's pose. And then as you shift forward, you're bending the elbows, chaturanga arms. The breath may be feeling a little more labored now. Make sure your inhales and exhales are coming in and out through your nose. And then let's do that one last time. Bend the elbows. Sometimes I like to add a little hold, little pulse. That's cool. And then you come back, gate pose, second side. You're taking a hold of your left wrist. You're side bending to the right. Right arm's going to drop in the direction of the right foot. You can look up and you can pivot and look down, stretching the left intercostal muscles, the obliques. Intense. Inhale. You'll do that one last time. Rise. Left arm down, right arm up. Float the right leg up. Extend the arm towards the ear and begin to pulse and pulse and pulse. So nice. And then we'll crunch. Knee to elbow, using your obliques, your glutes, hip flexor. Everything's being included here. You come back through center. Arms go forward and down. Your right leg has to lift up. Sweep it behind you, left arm forward, spinal extension, that north-south kind of way. You're tapping elbow and knee. You're using your core muscles to do so. You're breathing in and out. So that north-south is going to become an east-west. Left arm out to the side, right leg sweeps to the side, and then pull it back through that north-south, and then kind of east-west, sweeping the arm and the leg to the side. Try that one last time, and that's it. And this should hopefully be feeling a little bit warmer with that work. Arms back, full child's pose, totally. Inhale, exhale. Resting. Extend the arms nice and long. Extend the arms nice and long. into your downward facing dog. Cycling the legs, walking the dog sometimes feels great. Stretch, bend your knees, little steps, little hops to the top. Bow forward, fold, collect your elbows, sway. Nice. So a little sumo squat into malasana work. Feet the width of your mat, hips dip, so those inner thighs and glutes and quads are getting a big workout here as we start to stand and sit. Legs nice and wide, arms sweeping forward as the hips drop nice and deep. Some of you can even drop your hips lower than your knees, getting into the outer glutes too. Big breath in and out. A little pulse just to get deeper into the fibers. When you fold, you're going to make your way into malasana, a wide squat. Heels down if you can, a gentle yes shape, chin towards chest, stretching through the base of the skull, a gentle no shape, right and left. Just be mindful with your neck. Gentle stuff. And then you'll give me one last round of that kind of, we're folding forward and squatting first. I was rushing you into your sumo squats. So just marrying this malasana in a forward fold just a few times. Go back to your sumo squat, arms up, stand in kind of a wide tadasana, and then sit nice and low. So now these legs are pumped. Inhale, exhale. Bow forward, fold, hips up, head down. Beautiful. And then you come back, stand, pull those feet towards one another, hands to the heart. Hopefully you're starting to feel a little warmer. And we move into a whole slew of sun salutations, just to start opening up the body nice. Step back right leg, step back left leg, downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Sweep the right leg to the sky when you're ready. Pump that leg up. 3, 2, 1. Nice. You'll pull the knee into your chest and step the right foot to the right thumb tip. Look forward, step the back foot to meet it, halfway up, and you'll exhale to bow. Try to kiss your shins. Inhale, heart center forward and up, and exhale, hands through your heart center. Mountain pose. Again, second side, inhale, rise. Open, bow, and fold. Step back left leg, step back right leg, downward facing dog, hips up, head down. Breathe. I'm pumping my chest now towards my thighs. Love that pulsing. Yes, getting a little deeper. Take the left leg up and now pulse that left leg. Go. 3, 2, 1. Knee to nose when you're ready. Give it a little kiss. Left foot, left thumb tip. Look forward. Step the back foot to meet it. Halfway up. Long spine, long legs. And bow forward. Try to kiss the shins. Inhale, root to rise. Hands through the heart. And arms by your side. Again, inhale, lift. Back bend if you can. Bow forward, fold. Step back right leg. Step back left leg. Downward facing dog. Hips up, head down. Right leg rises. Right knee to nose. Right foot forward. Left foot meets it. Halfway up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to the heart. Last round. Inhale, lift. Open, bow, and fold. Halfway up. Step back left leg. Step back right leg. Downward facing dog. Left leg rises. Left foot, left thumb tip. Right foot, right thumb tip. Halfway up. Bow forward, fold. Kiss your shins. Inhale. Root to rise. Look up. Back bend if you can. Hands to heart. And arms by your sides. Let's take it deeper. Inhale, lift. Bow forward, fold with a little variation. Step back right leg. Step back left leg. High plank. Knees, chest, and chin will lower you to a low cobra, where you're going to try to float the hands up and then shoot them behind you. You're adding a locust pose to this sun salutation. Legs lift, arms are threaded behind you, a little pulse, and then you can take it up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and out. Lift your heels, micro bend your knees. You're stepping or hopping to the top. Halfway up when you're there. Deeply bow if you can. Press into the feet, root to rise. So it's your sun salutation with a little locust kind of way. Inhale left. Open, bow, and fold. Halfway up. Step back, left leg, right leg, high plank first. Knees, chest, and chin, or lower all the way to the ground. Inhale your low cobra. Your palms lift and sweep back to fist. The legs gather, squeeze your inner thighs, and pulse. Locust. Release and take it up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale. Lift your heels, micro bend your knees, step or hop to the top. Halfway up when you're there. Exhale, bow and fold. Press into the feet, swan dive forward and up. Hands through the heart and arms by your side. Inhale, lift. Bow forward, fold. Halfway up. Step or hop back if you're ready. Chaturanga to the ground. Inhale and up dog now. Pubic bones off the ground. Thighs, knees, shins, hard up. Roll or flip over your toes, not dog. And lift those heels nice and high. Step or hop to the top. Halfway up. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Beautiful. Hands to the heart and arms by your side. We are coming into Sun B. Sweep the arms forward and up. Little pulse, so a little variation to your Sun B again. A little pulsing, working those glutes a lot. Bow forward, fold. Halfway up. Step, step, or hop back to a little push-up plank. Inhale hard up. Everything is up except the tops of the feet. They're grounded. And then take the hips up and back. Inhale, right leg forward. Warrior one. A variation where we're lengthening the right leg and we're bending the knee. We're extending and bending, pumping that knee further forward. The next time the knee bends, leave it and pick up your right heel. Lift the heel and look for an upper back bend. Lean way back. Step it back to a 3-point dog or a 3-point plank into your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Second side, it's the left foot that steps forward. It's warrior one with a little bit of a variation. Your left leg's going to lengthen, stretch through the hamstrings. Nice. And then bend and charge forward. Extend and bend a little deeper. Do that one last time. Stay and pick up that front heel, releve, and lean way back. Maybe that leg is going to shake for you. Take it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Lift the heel, step or hop to the top. Halfway up when you're there, exhale, bow forward. Chair pose with that little pulse, engaging and firing up the glutes and the quads and those inner thighs. Inhale, rise. Back bend, of course. And then arms by your side. Beautiful. Knees bent. I like the pulsing. Pulse a little bit more. Pulse a little bit deeper. Stay an extra moment. Bow forward, fold. Halfway up. Step or hop it. Chaturanga. Inhale your heart up. Exhale your hips up and back. Right leg steps forward. Warrior one. Extend and get deeper. Extend the front leg, reach back, bend the right knee, get into the quad, get into the glute. Do that one last time, sit a little lower, pick up the heel. Sometimes you can even pulse the heel up, maybe, and then take it back. Your vinyasa of choice, you can always just skip it and do down dog if you don't want the whole chaturanga and up dog. Second side, left leg steps forward. Inhale, rise, sit deep into that front leg. Look up and back, lean back, big stretch of the front body, the core. You're lunging, you're getting so much warmer and deeper when you can charge the knee forward. Extend the leg, charge, sit, pause, pick up the heel of the front foot or front leg. Maybe pulse the heel if you like. Step it way back into your chaturanga. Inhale your baby cobra or your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Lift your heels as you exhale, step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway up. Sit right into your chair pose. Can't wait to get into that pulse. Not even doing the halfway up. Inhale, lengthen everything. And the hands come to the heart. Arms by your side. Let's do one last sun salutation, a kind of modified sun salutation C. Halfway up, step or hop, chaturanga. Inhale your up dog. Exhale your downward facing dog. Your right leg rises. Pulse it, why not? We did it earlier. Right knee to the nose. Right foot steps to the right, thumb to back, knee down. It's like Anjali Asana, lift up and back, stretch through the left hip flexor. Pulse it back, and then you'll take the arms forward and take the hips back for a half split pose, Hanumanasana. Right, your arms can go back. I interlace my hands here and I'm pulsing. You're breathing into the right hamstring. You can do that variation if you like. You'll pick up the back knee. You're stepping right back into your high plank, elbows bent, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. There's many variations you can do. Let's lift the left leg up. You're pulsing it first. Some elasticity, some glide. Step the left foot forward, back knee down. You're stretching the right hip flexor. You're lifting up and back, a little pulse almost if you can here, or in that way. When the hips go back, it's a half split pose, which you can just fold. You can pulse. You can interlace the hands behind the low back. You can pulse your chest if you don't want to pulse the arms. Just get deep into the left hamstring. Intense. Take the arms forward. Step it back. High plank, chaturanga. Inhale, heart up. And exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. So you've done many sun salutations here, hopefully getting way warmer. Lift the heels nice and high. You're going to step, or hop to the top in your way. Halfway up when you're there. You're sitting into that sumo squat. Stop it, love it. Totally forgot all the good work I did in this sumo work. Your legs are going to be so pumped, so charged after this. Nice. And so from your sumo squat, I stepped my feet in for chair pose. And then I stepped my feet out for a sumo squat. Then I stepped my feet in, alternating sides, chair pose. Going back and out and wide for the sumo squat. Stepping back in for chair pose. Like a little flow between sumo squat and chair pose. And then a bow forward and fold. Collect your elbows. Legs are going to be pumped. I walked myself to the right just to get into a nice deep twist. And then I walked myself to the left to get a nice deep twist. And then as I came back through center, I'm going to roll up to stand. And then once I'm vertical, I'm stepping my feet up. Oh, I added a nice, I love my side bend here. That's right. Lean to the left and lift that right leg. Hard flex the right foot and pump, pulse out and wide. Step nice and wide to the right foot, lean to the right, all the way over onto your left leg rises. And then you're pulsing up. The outer left hip is getting a nice big stretch. And then I'll step my feet in. Nice. Big breath in and out. I'm shifting my weight over to my left leg. I'm looking for a little balance. My right thigh rises. I'm pumping and pulsing. My right knee opens to the sides and I pulse out to the side. And then I'm crossing for a figure four stance into a figure four seat, that right ankle above the left thigh. Similar to the work you did before when you were on your back. Sometimes I grab my standing ankle for a little extra challenge and balance. You don't have to do that. Step yourself down. You're back in your mountain pose. Second side, hands to your hips to ground. Shift the weight over to the right leg. The left heel rises, the left thigh rises. You're pulsing up and up and up. And then you're opening the hip and pulsing out to the side. Your left ankle is going to cross the midline and be placed on top of that right thigh. You're sitting into your figure four seat. It's a hip opener. Sometimes we reach and sit down for the ankle just to add an extra little bit of balance. You'll attempt to gracefully come up. Not like me. I'm trying it again because I fell out of it. But legs are so charged up right now. They're probably starting to fatigue a bit for you too. And then stretch, upper back bend. Hands to your heart. Nice job. Let's sit chair pose. And we're starting our first flow. Little pulse. Feels good. Let's shift the weight over to the right leg. Lift that left thigh and take the left leg back. For a high lunge. Release the hands to a 3-point dog. Right leg pulses up. Familiar work. bend your right knee, circles in the hips, also familiar work. Rotate in the other direction when you're ready. Yup, intense. And then you're going to flip your dog. Hips are going to go up. And then you're pulsing the hips up like you did in bridge pose earlier. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Right hand will go down, right knee to your nose. You're crossing the midline for a falling triangle. The right leg will be on the ground, but your left arm is lifted and pulsing back. When the left hand comes down, your right knee will come in, right foot to the right thumb tip. You're revisiting high lunge here, strong legs. Back knee's going to soften, step forward for your chair pose, and you're pulsing, breathing in and out. Poised and ready for your second side. Shift the weight to the left, pick up the right leg, take a giant step back, high lunge. Reach way back. You're coming to a 3-point dog, left leg way back in a pulse, pulse, pulse. Beautiful. Bend the left knee and circle in the hip socket. Huge work in the hips, huge work with the inner thighs. Pulse in the other direction. Flip your dog when you're ready. Hips up, pulse. Those hip flexors, pubic bone, thighs, glutes, everything being pumped. Come across your chest for falling triangle. It's the right arm that pulses. Look up, nipples up, eyes up. Hands down, pull the left knee and step the left foot to your left thumb tip. Right away, high lunge. Charge those legs. Engage them. And then you'll step forward into chair pose. Yes, you are. Pulse and pulse and pulse. And then you'll fold forward. Uttanasana. Halfway up, please. Step or hop, chaturanga. Inhale hard up. Exhale up and back. Downward facing dog. Not so bad. Keeping it just short and easy, but intense. Chair pose and root to rise. Again, chair pose, second round. Pulsing, pulsing. Shift the weight over to the right leg. Your left leg lifts. Giant step back with the left leg, high lunge. All familiar work now. Reach the arms forward and down. You can always sink a little bit deeper. Stay an extra moment. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Knee bends just to flip it. And now, but taps down to the ground and inhale, rise. So sink the hips, touch and lift. Tap the butt to the ground, going a little bit deeper in those quads. Unflip, falling triangle, where now not only is the left arm going to lift, but so is your right leg. And then you're pulsing the right inner thigh to the sky. Pulse right leg and left arm. Nice. And then when the left arm comes down, now you're bending the elbows. Give me push-ups in your falling triangle legs. And then the right knee will come in. Step the right foot to the right thumb tip. When you're ready, yes, high lunge your body. Take it up and back. I pulled you out of that too quick, sorry. And then chair pose. Beautiful. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Second side. So you added just a little bit more intense work. Shift the weight over to the left leg. It's the right thigh that rises. Take it back for a high lunge. Lean back, way back, more back. 3-point dog. Take that leg back and up. Pulse it. And then you're ready to flip. Step that left foot behind you. Remember, the hips are going to go up to the sky and then your butt taps to the ground. Inhale, lift. So quads get a huge workout. Tap the hips. Lift up. Do that one last time. You did it on flip for the falling triangle, where now not just your arm is pulsing, but you've engaged your core. You're using those inner thighs. You're lifting the leg and you're pulsing left leg up to the sky. You're kissing the ceiling with your inner thigh. When the right hand comes down, I think that's your right arm, sorry. You're doing push-ups, just 5, those little push-ups. Beautiful. Triceps working a lot. Left foot, left thumb tip. Arms lift to the sky. High lunge your body. Awesome. Chair pose, pulse. Hopefully you're way warmer now. Getting deeper into these muscles, glutes, lower portion of the body, as I said to you earlier, is being really worked today. Heart up, exhale, exhale. The interior portion of the body, I believe that's what it's called. And then we're going to rest. We're going to take the hips back. Child's pose your body. Well deserved. Sip a little water or wipe the brow if you have to. Good job. Nice. Let's extend the arms forward. Let's go into a little bit of floor work here. We'll be on our belly. Extend the arms. Bring yourself forward, drop the pubic bone down, chest down, and look for a Sphinx pose. Elbows slightly forward of your shoulders, pulling the mat towards you, lifting the heart center forward and up, and dragging those shoulder blades down the back body. Right knee's going to bend to a 90-degree angle like a half frog pose. Press into that right inner thigh. Take the left arm to the sky, thread the needle, and you'll take the right fingertips, walk them along the ground, up and behind your head, and turn and twist. Nice deep twist, similar to the work you did before. Extend your top leg long. Maybe your hand will catch your toes. Your arms are to a T. Your shoulder blades are nice and flat. You're breathing into the IT band, that outer band that connects from the hip to the outer knee. And you can pulse and pulse the top leg too. Retrace your steps. You'll land back in Sphinx pose. Tuck your chin in towards your chest, like a gentle yes shape. Begin to peel the belly, the pubic bone, the thighs, the knees, the shins off the ground so that you land in your forearms in a forearm plank. You can turn your palms up. And you can start dipping your hips to the right and to the left, working your side body, your obliques, your glutes, your quads, your inner thighs, pressing towards one another, creating a lot of heat. And then you'll be poised and ready for the second side. Your left knee is going to bend to a 90-degree angle. The inner thigh is pressing into the ground actively. Lengthen the arm, sweep the right arm out to the side, thread it underneath, thread the needle, shoulder and ear down, left fingertips walk up and around your head. You're going to twist and turn, landing your shoulder blades on the ground. Your left leg is on top. Big stretch of that left outer hip. Maybe consider extending through the knee and catching your toes in your hands. Big breath in and out. Deep, deep, deep supine twist. Maybe pulsing the left leg up a little bit. Retracing your steps when you're ready. You're back through a Sphinx for a moment. You'll tuck the chin again. Peel your entire front body off the ground. Your toes are tucked under. And then you're going to look for that forearm plank that you did just a moment ago. Inhale, exhale. You can shift forward and back. And then you will begin to replace your forearms for your hands so that you're in high plank, pulling the navel in, and then lifting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Hips up and head down. Nice job. Let's start our second flow from here. Downward facing dog. Right leg rises. Bend your right knee, circle in the hip. Small or large circles, you do you. You'll bring that knee out to the side like a fire hydrant kind of way, pulsing it up to the sky and then extending and bending the legs. Similar to all the work you did at the beginning of class. So that right leg is kind of straddled. Then as you shift forward, the right knee will come towards your right shoulder, right foot outside of your right hand. Your left knee will drop. You're in a bit of a lizard, pumping your hips, hip flexors, pubic bone, inner thigh, getting a big stretch. Drop onto your forearms. Lengthen the chest forward, and then you'll begin to lean towards the left leg. You're going to open your right foot like a book, so you'll be on the pinky edge of your right foot. Your right hand comes inside of that inner thigh from the crease, from the growing area. You can press back and lean back and look up with both eyes. The back heel is going to bend in the direction of your glute, and your right arm's going to reach way back, more back. Turn and spin the chest. Right hand down, curl the back toes under. Lengthen through the arms, pick up that back knee. Giant step into that sumo wide squat stance you've done before a number of times. You're sitting way back and you're standing. Arms can stay lifted in this round. Adding a little more fire. And sit nice and low. Bow forward, fold. Left leg steps back. And you're in a tall pyramid shape. Your right leg is forward. Your hips move forward and back, and then you'll bend the right knee and pass through a runner's lunge and start to connect this runner's lunge and a tall pyramid shape in a bit of a flow. And then you'll quarter turn to the left for a wide straddle fall. Legs are long, hips are up. You're trying to grab something, ankles or heels, maybe calves, thighs, trying to head towards the ground. Big forward fold. You'll come out of it halfway up, hands underneath the shoulders. Start to find a side lunge, shifting the hips right and left and right and left. That's going to turn into a bit of a skandasana, where your right toes or your left toes will lift. You'll pivot on the heels to lift. Arms can lift in line with your ears. And then you'll take it to a skandasana to the right, where your left toes will lift and the arms will lift. As you pass through center, you'll organize yourself into a goddess. Heels in, step on your thighs, lift the chest up. And then those arms are going to become sort of those interlaced wings you did before. Palms at the back of your base of your skull, where you're pulsing the elbows and knees in towards one another. 3, 2, 1, and then you start pulsing back and back and back. You'll pass through your warrior 2, taking the right arm up and back. As you hinge forward and down, right hand comes outside of the corner of the right mat, and you'll circle your way into half moon pose. Your left leg's going to pulse. Your left arm's going to reach your ear. You're pulsing the entire side body. And then you'll drop the left hand down and find yourself in a split pose, bowing forward any amount. Left leg can be squared or up towards the sky. Add a little pulse. And then you'll fold right over your legs. Your knees can be deeply bent as you hinge and bow. Rolling up to stand. Swivel the arms around and up. And then we'll come forward and down to fold. Second side. Lengthen, step or hop, chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's try that on the second side. Left leg rises. Bend the left knee, circles in one direction, circles in the other direction. Left knee opens out like a fire hydrant to pulse and pulse and pulse. Left leg extends like a straddle and bends. Extend it and bend it. Extend. Next time it's extended and you bend the knee, you shift forward, trying to touch the left shoulder. Left foot outside of the left hand. Right knee down. You're pulsing your hips. This is lizard with long elbows. If you can bend your elbows and place them on the ground just to go a little bit deeper, you can. If not, you can stay with elbows long, chest forward. Leaning towards the right forearm. You're going to lean back, way back, more back. Left hand inside of your left inner thigh. You're pressing that inner thigh away. Your right heel is going to come in the direction of your right glute. You're going to reach back, hold it. That's going to give you a little leverage to spin the chest more. And then as you come out of that, that right foot's going to step wide around your right hand for the sumo squat. Hips deeply drop. And then you'll stand. Bend the knees wide and drop the sit bones down and stand. And then you're back in that sumo squat with the arms lifted. And then next time you come down, you can fold forward. Nice. You're stepping back, right leg. Tall pyramid shape. Hips move up and back like a down dog, and you lengthen the front leg and the back leg. And then as you shift forward, it's a bit of a runner's lunge. You'll start to quarter turn, that is, to the opposite side, looking for a wide straddle hold. Grab something if you can. Hips up, sharpen those legs a little bit more. Move the thigh bones back. And then you'll start to slide right and left, or shift right and left. Looking for skandasana, where you're staying a little bit longer. Maybe the bottom toes lift and the arms lift. And then you'll find yourself in goddess. Heels come in. Take the arms up to the sky. Interlace the hands behind the base of the skull. Lengthen. Goddess shape. Heels can even lift here if you like. And then you're pulsing. Knee and elbows towards one another. And then you'll open warrior 2, left arm up and back. Cartwheel yourself into half moon pose. Left arm forward. Shift all the way over to that left leg and left fingertips. Take the right arm in line with your right ear. Right leg sweeps and you'll start to pulse and pulse. You're looking for a standing split pose or just a 90-degree leg. Then you'll step that foot next to the left foot. Softly round it, and then sway. Roll yourself up to stand, uncoil, unhinge. Circle the shoulders up and back. Mountain pose. Turn to the side, or I'm turning to the side so that you can see me. You can do this work from the top of your mat. It's going to be a little bit of a tree pose. Your thigh's going to pulse up in front of you and then open to the side and pulse. You'll use your hands to collect your ankle, and you're coming to stand in Vrksasana, tree pose. Heel high into the crease of the hip. You're looking for a twist. You're going to reach for your opposite hip with your hand. Enter away from your bent knee. I'm smiling because I almost toppled over. Stay. And then catch the opposite hip with your hand and turn and twist in the direction of your knee. Just adding a variation to your tree pose. Pull it back to the center, hands to the heart. And then second side. Pull your thigh up and pulse it. Knee out to the side and pulse. The extends. Oh no, we didn't extend it. We just grab the ankle and place it inside of the standing leg for mountain tree pose, Vrksasana. And then you're looking for the twist. Hand catches the opposite elbow. You look away and away and away. And then you do that on the second side. Nice job. Pull it back through center. Hands to the heart. Release the arms by your side, mountain pose. Step back to the top of the mat and take the arms around and up. Bow forward, fold. Halfway up, step or hop, chaturanga. Inhale your up dog, exhale your downward facing dog. Take the right leg up to the sky, circle it once, circle it twice. Fire hydrant leg. Extend and bend. Step the foot outside of the right hand. Oh, I pulsed it again. And now, lizard shape. Going deeper, of course, if you can. Dropping deeper. Lean back, way back, more back. You're reaching for the heel. You're looking back. Cartwheel the hand down. Left foot around the left hand for Sumo squat. And then fold. Fold. Step back left leg. Tall pyramid shape with the right leg lengthening and bending. Lengthen and bend. Nice job. You did it. Quarter turn to the left for your white straddle fold. Attempt to grab something deeper. Hips up, head down. You're looking for your side lunge. You're shifting forward and you're shifting back. Nice job. Little tripod headstand. If you in your practice, it looks something like this. Not going very high today or at all. And then it's Skandasana. Arms forward and up. Skandasana and Skandasana. Beautiful. Goddess shape. Interlace hands behind the base of your skull. Big breath in and out. You're pulsing and pulsing and pulsing. Nice job. Opening up into Warrior 2. Right arm up and back. Peaceful Warrior 2. Cartwheel your hands underneath your sacrum. Oh no, you're going into your half moon pose, sorry. Catching the foot behind you. You're looking for your standing split pose. Try to pulse that leg, try to kiss your shins, try to walk the hands back to your ankle, looking for a little bit of balance if you can. Not easy. And then you'll step the left foot next to the right. Bow forward, fold. Squat your body. And then let's look for a little bit of a crow pose or garland pose first. Get the triceps in front of the shins. You're going to tuck your chin and wrap the arms behind you so you're trying to hold onto your heels as the crown of the head is coming to the ground. Your garland pose can then take you into your crow pose and do a little practice, bending those elbows back. Knees are high into your armpits, almost like a happy baby shape. And then you'll shift forward or in that direction. And then you'll rise through your sumo squat and step your feet. Lean back, way back, more back. And then swan dive forward and down. Lengthen halfway up. Step or hop, chaturanga. Nice job. Last side here. Take the left leg up to the sky. Bend the left knee, circle the hip. And in the other direction. Knee pulses out to the side in that fire hydrant kind of way. Nice, extend it and bend it. That straddle kind of way. Pulse the left leg to the sky and then step it forward into a lizard shape. All familiar work. Back knee drops. Chest is forward. Drop onto the forearms. Breathe in and out. Leaning to turn and twist. Maybe you're catching the back foot as you turn even more. You'll pull it back through center. Big sumo squat with the right foot around. Arms up. Pulse and pulse and pulse. Love that. Love those big white squats. Take it deep into the glutes and inner thighs and quads. And then you're stepping back to lengthen. Tall pyramid. You may need blocks underneath your hands here. Stretching the hamstrings. Stretching the glutes. And then quarter turn for wide straddle fold where you may be wanting to go deeper into a tripod headstand. Those elbows are drawing in. Palms are flat. Crown of the head is on the ground. You're going to shift forward until those heels become nice and light, and then maybe leading with the heels in this wide straddle. You can find a momentary balance, or at least a light feet, and then you can place yourself down. I didn't go very far at all. I'm going right into Skandasana with my arm variation of choice. Your hands can be at heart, of course. Hands can be on the ground if you like. And then right away, goddess. Pulling the heels in, interlace the hands at the base of the skull. Knees are wide, elbows are wide. You can add a little pulse with the elbows and the knees back and back and back. Warrior 2. Right arm up, left arm up and back. And then it's taking you straight to your Ardha Chandrasana. Big breath in and out. Extend the arm and the leg. Pulse it and then reach for your Chapasana. Lean back, way back, more back. You'll release and you're looking for standing split pose. Bow forward, fold, walk your hands way back, more back. Pulse the top leg any amount you can. Try to kiss your shins. Try to look for balance if you can, holding onto the ankle. And then you'll step it wide. Your sumo squat. Hello, inner thighs, outer hips and quads, core. Nice job. I like to hop back a little bit to find my garland pose. You don't have to hop back, of course. You can stay right at the top of the mat. And then this is going to take you right into your corpse pose. Not corpse pose, but crow pose. When you finish with your garland pose, hands forward, knees high, shift it forward, look forward, lean forward, really claw at the ground with the hands, picking up one toe, maybe the other toe, finding yourself in a little bit of balance, suspending the hips, and then maybe you're stepping or hopping all the way back. You do you. Try it again. Yep. Be a little crow pose. You can do it. Try it as often as you like. And then I was trying to hop my feet back into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up, hip down. Right leg rises. Right knee to nose. Pulse it. 3, 2, 1. Open your right knee. Cross the right knee or right ankle over the left thigh. Figure 4, down dog. As you shift forward, detach the leg from the thigh and pulse your right inner knee and inner shin. Just the back of the hands. Drop down into your pigeon pose and fold and breathe and surrender and relax. Big hip opener. You'll inhale, rise. Take the left arm back. Right foot inside of the inner arch of the left thigh like tree pose legs. You're folding and bowing forward into the left leg. Right arm lifts up, quarter turn to the right, right arm down, left arm up. Half moon pose. Sorry, not half moon, stargazer pose. Pass through your pigeon. Sweep the left arm back to catch your thigh. Swivel it around. You're in a cross. You're in a twist. Bottom knee bent, top knee bent. Turn, turn, turn. Consider holding, binding, or hands to the heart. Open your twist. Wide straddle fold. Go. Collect your feet, your ankles, something you can touch. Inhale, exhale. You bring that up to center if you can. You're holding on to the edges of your feet if you can. And pulse those legs up and back. Maybe widen the feet and collect the feet with your hands. Sweep the arms up and back. And maybe with a little core momentum, you can rock all the way up with your feet in the hands. Lean back. Look up. Big with it. Big with that. Cross your shins. Step, hop, float through your vinyasa. Inhaling and exhaling. Downward facing dog. Left side. Left knee pulses towards the nose. 3, 2, 1. Open the hip and cross the ankle. Figure 4 down dog. You're detaching the leg and pulsing your inner shin towards the left heel of the hand. You're searching for deep pigeon. Maybe you can land your entire front body on the ground. Maybe you need a block underneath your hip or for your forearms. And then we'll inhale, rise, quarter turn to find this Janusarsasana way. Bring the foot inside of the inner thigh. You're lengthening over the leg. It's a tiny little bit of a twist. Left arm up and back. Right arm up. Stargaze the body. Look towards the top hand. Nice. Wrap the leg around you from your pigeon for a twist. Breathe. And you're going to find another side. Good job. Pull it back through center. Wide straight fold. Bow forward. The skin of your throat find the ground. Inhale, exhale. We'll bend the knees to catch the edges of the feet again. Sometimes people just catch the edges of the feet without bending the knees. Lean back, way back. And then close your ankles and take it way back. Breathe in and out. Then you're going to release that, drawing the navel secure to the spine. Wide straddle leg. Oh, that's feels so good, Vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. Child's pose when you're ready. Arms long. Shift it forward through a tabletop. Exploring your cow and cat shape. You're so much warmer now. Maybe there's more range to your spine that you can find in these shapes. Nice. You're going to come to find your butt on the ground. Hips to your heels, knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Use a strap. Place it over your right foot, lengthen the right leg up towards the sky. Hold onto the strap with your hands. Pulse the knee into your nose. Extend the left leg to the ground. Open the right leg to the side. Look in that direction. Crisscross the midline. Maybe give the strap over to your left hand. Your right hand can come on top of your right hip and you can nudge the right hip forward. Pull it back through center. Making little circles in the sky. Nice. Second side. Strap on a strap. Left leg is up to the sky. You're opening the left leg to the side. Your right leg is extended. Breathe in and out. Cross the midline. Look away from your right shoulder. Or look towards your right shoulder. Pulse your leg. And then take it all the way. Nice job. Bend your knees, step on your feet. Once you wipe your legs. Eagle legs or crisscross legs. Sort of like a counter stretch to this inner leg. Intense workouts. And then you'll pick up your figure four, let it drop to the opposite side. Extend the legs through the ceiling, and then find a little supine twist in the other direction. Nice. And then you can step on your feet. Blocks can come in handy now as you pick up your hips and place your sacrum, the flat part of your low back, on one of the blocks. Your knees will lift up, extend through the legs, extend. Left leg down on the ground. Try the other side. Beautiful scissor effect with the legs. And those knees will bend, feet will extend. You're looking for your final relaxation over the block to get a big stretch of the hip flexors. Intense, intense, intense. Sometimes 2 blocks are stacked to stretch the front hips like this. Extend the arms back and release the fingers, stretch. And then step on your feet, pick your hips up, remove the block from underneath you. Nice. Extend the legs. Let the feet split open like your favorite book. Bring the palms of your hearts into a gesture of thanks to yourself. Your third eye. Your wisdom connected to your heart. Begin the process of letting go. You can roll to your right side into a fetal shape or your left side, you decide. You'll come up to sit. Hands to your heart, chin to your chest. A gentle nod of thanks. Namaste. Thanks for coming, guys.